You're watching Local 6, the home of ClickOrlando.com. Local 6 News at 5:30 starts right now.
No grief from Casey Anthony. Well, that's according to a body language expert inside the courtroom this morning. She says Casey showed blatant anger, anxiety, and fear, but she never once looked like a grieving mother. I sat down with that expert just moments ago and went through every gesture and movement Casey made inside the courtroom. Good evening, I'm Laura Diaz, in for Jacqueline London. During a hearing this morning, a judge presiding over this murder case listened to 4 different requests. One allows the defense access to the site where Kaylee's remains were found. The defense also asked for records from the volunteer team EquiSearch who searched for Kaylee just over an hour ago. The judge denied that motion, and earlier he also denied a defense request to remove prosecutors from the case. The 4th motion dealt with the defense witness list, but that was quickly thrown out. So the big story today was Casey Anthony's appearance and demeanor. Just moments ago, a body language expert actually in court with Casey spoke with me about that. This is all new at 5:30. Okay, so Susan, I know there are a lot of skeptics out there. It's body language. Do we really need to go over every move that Casey's doing? But I know you were telling me, I mean, this stuff is scientifically proven.
It's scientifically proven by Dr. Paul Ekman. There's 7 universal facial expressions that are proven by research intercontinentally. So yes, 93% of how we communicate really is nonverbally, and this is proven science. This is not my own personal subjective opinion.
Right. And you've used this sort of analysis in courts. Even.
Yes, I have, as a jury consultant. And so, profiling jurors, yes, I have.
Okay, so let's take a look at the video then now, and just sort of talk us through her facial expressions and things like that.
Okay, right now there's sadness, her lips are turning down, there's anxiety as well, but anytime the lips turn down, that's considered being sadness. And again, right here where she's kind of perching her lips up a little bit. She's now in internal dialogue, so she's really heavy-duty and thinking. She's, of course, got this little duping smile, which is an artificial smile. That was contempt. Anytime the mouth goes to the side, that's considered being contempt, and that means moral superiority, narcissism, personality disorder. So it's all right here at this point in time, and she's kind of enjoying the entire dialogue, you know, the whole media thing right now, but then she's trying to conceal it, so she's still smiling. Now, right here is really interesting. Right before here, you see her chin kind of clenching up, and that's anger.
Right there?
Right there. Right there. Right there. See the muscle that pops out right there? That's anger. You see her looking down, which is down to her left-hand side. She's in internal dialogue. So she's thinking, you can see her eyes become very fixed, and she's in internal dialogue. She's probably thinking about what's about to happen. But she also moves into fear. Right here is anxiety, of course. Her hands are very sweaty, and she's trying to, of course, soothe that, but she's being very anxious right now. And she smiled. That was that smile. It was a duping smile. It's actually horizontal. It's artificial. It's not a true smile. And she looks down. It's actually part of sadness. And, of course, right here, she's in internal dialogue. Anytime somebody looks down, they have a feeling, and their internal dialogue. That's contempt right there.
And the contempt is from the clenching of the jaw.
Well, no, it's see right here, on this side here, she goes to the side, it's a side angle. Anytime the mouth moves to a side angle, one side of the face goes horizontal. That's contempt. Of course, you see the nervousness, she's very anxious, and you know, we'll talk a little bit about the clothing color and that sort of thing of the selection, what she did.
You think that the gray was
The gray,
planned?
I believe it was planned. Of course, you know, her hair pulled back, she tends to look more professional, but she also looks very matronly to make her look depressed. Her skin color is very flat, there's no shine to it, she doesn't have any makeup on. And I think they want to portray her as being a grieving mother also that's having conflict with her father at home, concerned about that. And I'm not saying that may not necessarily be true about her father, but certainly she's not grieving as far as when it comes to her daughter. I haven't seen any indications of that whatsoever. Right here is where she's clenching up. You can see her muscles moving right here. That's anger, and there she pops them right there. Mouth goes down, horizontal, and she tightens up the lips and pulls them in. That's anger and frustration. Well, the other thing is, too, is when somebody's angry, you have cluster gestures that are going on here. First is she closes the eyes, become very tight. That's anger. She clenches her jaw. That's anger. Her mouth goes horizontal. That's anger. And then she rolls her mouth inward. Those are 4 micro gestures, and the 5th one is when she pops the attorney and says, look at this, because obviously something in the pleading where I saw her read it before, she was referring it to her attorney saying, look at this. You can see her breathing. She breathes in very deep, and you can see also that right here the dimple goes in. So she's taking a deep breath, she's gasping, and she's angry, and pop.
All right, thank you so much for
You're
joining
welcome.
us. I appreciate it. Interesting stuff there. We have much more on the case against Casey and the court hearing today coming up at 6. Casey's